On their 5th wedding anniversary, Grayson walks in on his wife posing as a naked model for her ex-lover. As she dismisses his feelings in the name of art, Grayson silently decides to end their marriage. Sometimes, not even love can thaw a heart iced by betrayal. Ding! Story Shots reminds you to click the subscribe button at the bottom right corner to read the full novel. It is my 5th wedding anniversary with Chloe. I carefully prepared gifts and a candlelight dinner, ready to surprise her. Yet, to ensure her first love Cole could make a successful debut at the art exhibition, she volunteered to be a nude model. When I rushed over, she was left only in her underwear. "Honey, why are you here?" Cole was furious. "Who let you barge in here? You've ruined my inspiration." Chloe hurriedly tried to soothe him and turned to blame me. "Honey, you shouldn't have come. We are in the process of creating art. We can't be interrupted. You should apologize to Cole." Cole chuckled scornfully. "No need. Those who don't understand the creation of art, their apologies wouldn't be sincere anyway. Chloe, when you tell him about art creation, God knows what he thinks." Chloe looks at me. "Honey, you go home first. I'll explain when I get back." I smiled and walked away. No need for an explanation, it's just a divorce. I pull out my phone and cancel the reservation for the double bedroom that was booked for us. Looking at the displayed reason for the cancellation, I let out a self-mocking laugh. What Cole said is right. I don't understand artistic creation. But I do know that no man can accept his wife being a nude model. I met Chloe in university. Before meeting her, I never believed in love at first sight. But on that day, I knew clearly that I had fallen for her. A single glance sealed a lifetime. She was a year older than me, a senior in college from the outreach department. I was a person who stuttered while speaking with strangers since childhood. But for her, I joined the outreach department. People who knew me were astonished, urging me to reconsider, asserting that while personal growth is good, the leap shouldn't be so substantial. I didn't explain anything and forced myself to learn how to interact with people outside the campus, practicing my communication skills in solitude before sunrise every day. Later on, Chloe became the head of the outreach department, and I became the vice, spending more and more time with her. Being able to see her smiling face every day gave me contentment. When she graduated from university, I confessed my feelings to her. She rejected me because of Cole. Yet, I couldn't forget her and moved to her city after graduating from university, only to find out that Cole had left her behind to chase his art dreams abroad. I comforted her, counseled her, and spent those toughest times with her. Then we progressed from dating to getting married. Everything just fell into place. I knew she wasn't over Cole, but that didn't bother me too much. Figuring that people aren't cold-blooded creatures, I thought that as long as I treated her well, she would eventually forget Cole entirely. But I was wrong. 5 years of marriage, my unchanging and even increased devotion did not win her heart over. I don't understand. Is the first love really that hard to forget? Or did I do it wrong by treating her well all these years? My heart aches faintly, feeling an unprecedented exhaustion. "Chloe, I'm tired. I can't love you anymore." I returned home, stashed away the careful prepared gifts, ate the already chilled candlelight dinner alone at the dining table. "Honey, I'm home." Chloe came home, trotted over to me, and took out a gift, as if offering a treasure. "Ta-da. Guess what I got you, honey? A 4090 graphics card. You've always wanted one, right? Today is our 5th wedding anniversary, and I bought it especially for you." So she knows that today is our 5th wedding anniversary. I felt bitter inside. Whenever she made a mistake and wanted to put it behind us, she would buy me gifts trying to win me over. The graphics card was indeed something I've been wanting, but now that it's right before me, I'm not the least bit happy. "Thank you, I love it." I forced a smile onto my face. Chloe, oblivious to my odd behavior, pointed at the dishes on the table, her tone exaggerated. "Wow, honey, did you make this candlelight dinner for me? I'm so lucky." She picked up a piece of candied spare rib, put it in her mouth, then spit it out shortly after. Why is it cold? Honey, let me heat it up. No need. I shake my head. The dish can be reheated, but my chilled heart cannot be warmed. Honey, are you still angry? Can you stop being angry, please? Chloe squats down in front of me, with her large watery eyes looking at me. This trick always works on me. No matter how angry I was, the moment I saw her illuminating eyes, all my anger would evaporate. Honey, let me explain. There is nothing between Cole and me. I only went to encourage him because he lacked confidence in his exhibition. As for nude modeling, that's art creation, don't overthink it. Art creation again. So under the guise of art creation, as my wife, she can stand naked in front of Cole, disregarding my feelings. Honey, you really shouldn't have come today. Cole takes this exhibition very seriously. It's related to his future. Art creation highly disfavors interruptions. You shouldn't have come. So, you think I should apologize to Cole? I looked at Chloe with unfamiliarity. She actually thought I was wrong. Hasn't she thought she is now my wife, not Cole's girlfriend? There's no need to apologize. Just before I came back, Cole magnanimously said it's okay. I mocked myself with a laugh. Cole is generous, so I'm a petty man. I didn't speak further. Slowly consumed the bowl of food that had already turned cold. But strangely, I couldn't feel the coldness of the rice at all. After finishing the meal, I put down the knife and fork and said, I still have work to deal with, you should go to sleep early. Chloe froze. Previously, I never let Chloe sleep alone, because she was scared to lie in the bedroom alone. For the 5 years of our marriage, every night I accompanied her in the living room until she fell asleep, only then carrying her back to the bedroom. I walked into the study, opened my computer and started browsing documents sent by the company. Footsteps sounded from outside the door. Chloe pushed open the study door, placing an entrance ticket on the desk. Cole's art exhibition is being held tomorrow. He invited us to go together. I look at the ticket on the desk, the corner of my mouth curling up in a sardonic smile. Is this supposed to strike a blow at my heart? Chloe encourages me. Cole doesn't have any bad intentions. We are the only 2 friends he has in this city, and he just wants us to witness his success. I look at Chloe. Do you want to go? Chloe nods. I want to see his success with my own eyes and draw a line over his past. So, for Cole's success, you allowed him to exhibit a nude painting of you, let many people see it, and even plan to go and see for yourself. I genuinely can't comprehend what Chloe is thinking. Maybe this is the art that I cannot understand. If you want to go, feel free. What about you? Chloe looked at me eagerly. I'm sorry. I can't comprehend your art, nor do I wish to. Chloe, who had not yet divorced me, was still my wife. I cannot tolerate the dissection of my wife's naked body with indifference. I have work at the company tomorrow. I won't be able to go. Chloe wanted to persuade me further, but I cut her off. Do you have anything else to say? If not, please leave. I need to work. I'll keep you company here. No need. I'll be busy till late. You go to sleep first. Chloe's eyes reddened, and she left with tears of grievance. I ignored her and clicked open a new email received on the computer. Mr. Smith, a lawyer has received your contract. When can you find the time to come for a talk? I replied, tomorrow. The meeting with the lawyer went smoothly. There was no financial dispute between Chloe and me. The house, car, and savings were all in her name. The lawyer proposed 2 options. The first was a mutual divorce in which he would draft the divorce agreement, striving for my maximum benefit. However, he couldn't guarantee that half of all assets could be secured. The second option involved legal procedures. Given Chloe's unfaithfulness, there was a high probability of me obtaining more than half of the property. I chose the first option. After all, we were married for 5 years. There was no need to drag on with a lawsuit over some property. On leaving the law firm, I received a call from Chloe. Honey, come back soon. I've made lots of delicious food. I was taken aback. You made it. In the 5 years of our marriage, Chloe had never once set foot in the kitchen. Yes, Cole's work has been a great success, so I invited him over and prepared a table full of dishes to celebrate. I paused the action of opening the car door, feeling completely relieved deep down. Chloe is not that she doesn't know how to cook. I'm just not the one who could get her willingly into the kitchen. Honey, did you hear that? Cole specifically asked me to give you a call, saying he wants to have a couple of drinks with you. I calmly responded. I heard. I'm coming straight home. Uh-huh. Cole and I are waiting for you at home. Hearing this, I had some sort of illusion. It seemed that Chloe and Cole were the married couple, and I was just a guest about to visit. I hung up the phone and stepped back into the law firm. Not 3 days later, draft the divorce agreement right now. I can pay extra. Holding the divorce agreement, I returned home. Seeing me, Cole, holding a glass of red wine, approached me with an unabashed gleam of triumph in his eyes. Grayson, I need to thank you for taking care of Chloe over these years, helping her maintain the same great shape she once had. Blushing, Chloe lightly hit Cole and said with pretend annoyance, "What are you saying?" Cole burst into laughter. "I'm just stating the facts. People who see your portrait think you're still a teenager, totally oblivious to the fact that you are already married. Stop it. I won't talk to you if you keep making things up," Chloe uttered indignantly. Watching their teasing and flirting, I couldn't help but feel like a third wheel. Yet this was my home and Chloe was my wife. Chloe, in fact, I regret it, Cole declared, his gaze fixed intently on Chloe. Living alone abroad all these years, I came to realize that while dreams are indeed important, you are more important than any dream. The major reason why I decided to come back home was because of you. A flicker of panic flashed across Chloe's face, and she quickly glanced at me. What's the point of talking about what's already happened? Cole looked at me with contempt, laughing. Yes, it's all in the past. I chuckled indifferently. Cole said to me, Grayson, I have something to inform you. Due to the success of my artwork at the exhibition, the organizers have decided to display it abroad. I plan to take Chloe with me. You don't have any objections, do you? You're notifying me, so does my opinion even matter? Chloe quickly replied, Darling, if you disagree, I have no problem staying back. I shrugged, pulling out the divorce agreement. I don't object, but I have a small suggestion. If you sign this, it'll be good for you, for me, and for Cole. You want a divorce from me? Chloe looked at me in disbelief. Cole sneered at me. Grayson, this is where you are at fault. As a grown man, how could you be so petty? To go for a divorce with Chloe over such a trivial matter. Was your love for Chloe ever genuine? Before I could reply, Chloe furrowed her brow. Cole, don't speak out of turn. Chloe, I'm doing this for your own good. Enough, don't say any more. Chloe said impatiently, turning her head to me. Honey, I know you're upset right now, so I don't blame you. I won't divorce you. Give me some time and I will prove to you that I love you. Having said that, Chloe crumpled up the divorce agreement and tossed it into the trash. I silently watched Chloe without uttering a word. 5 years. I've taken care of her meticulously for 5 years, yet I still haven't been able to warm her heart. How many sets of 5 years does one have in their lifetime? Would a little more time really open her heart towards me? I didn't believe so. Moreover, can one's love for another really be proven? That night, after Chloe finished her bath, she sat next to me in her black lace nightgown. I could clearly smell the fragrance emanating from her body. Honey, do you like this new nightgown I bought? Chloe said, raising her leg and applying lotion right in front of me. I stayed put without any desire springing up in my heart, maintaining calm observer status. Chloe has a great figure, fit for any attire to look good on her. Her black lace nightgown set against her white skin played peekaboo, adding to the allure. Chloe took out a pair of silk stockings and slid them on slowly. Her gaze towards me was so tender it seemed like it could drip with yearning. Honey, didn't you say you love stockings? I bought these especially for you. Do you like them? Chloe has beautiful legs, and I have expressed more than once my desire to see her in stockings. But she had always refused, and now, She took the initiative to wear them in front of me, but my heart could no longer be moved. Standing up, I spoke calmly. I have lots of work to attend to tonight. You should go to sleep early. Husband. Chloe tried to hold me back. I don't look at her, my head held high as I walk into the study. No matter how passionate she is, my heart has turned cold, like the perpetual ice. The next day, I rise from the small sofa in the study, stretching my aching body. Honey, get ready for breakfast. Exiting the study, I see Chloe holding 2 bowls of porridge, coming out from the kitchen. Seeing me, she grins sweetly. Honey, go freshen up. I've made your favorite porridge. I frown. There's no need for you to do this. It's necessary. I'm your wife. It's my duty to cook for you. I didn't protest any further. If only Chloe had realized sooner that she is my wife, perhaps we wouldn't have ended up here today. At the dining table, Chloe spoke to me. Honey, let's have a child. My spoon I was holding in my hand paused momentarily. Why the sudden desire for a child? When we first got married, Chloe told me she had no immediate plans for a child. I like kids, but I didn't want to pressure her. And like that, 5 years had slipped away. Well, my parents have been nudging us about it, and we have been married for 5 years already. It's time we welcome a lovely baby, she said. Oh yes, sweetheart, it's the weekend. Let's go visit my parents in the village together. Chloe was looking at me with sparkly eyes. Once I get pregnant, we can bring my parents to live with us. How does that sound? I didn't refuse her proposal to visit her parents. As for what Chloe suggested next, I kept my opinion to myself. Just before we were about to leave, Chloe's phone kept ringing. She looked at me. It's okay, answer it. I told her nonchalantly, taking a few steps away. Immediately, Chloe answered the phone, and in order to show her attitude to me specifically, she even puts it on speaker. I heard Cole's voice. Chloe, are you ready? We can leave now. Chloe awkwardly looked at me. Cole, I'm not going abroad with you, you should go by yourself. Is it because of Grayson? Could you give him the phone? I want to talk to him. There's no need. There is a need, Chloe. I'm not trying to force you. It's the host who insists that you must be present in person. Chloe, this art exhibition is very important for my future. Please consider it as helping me out. I beg you. On Chloe's face, a look of difficulty appeared. I smile and walk over. I'll agree on behalf of Chloe. Chloe let out an audible sigh of relief and quickly said, Husband, wait for me until I come back. And when I do, we will go back together, stay at my parents' house for a few days, and spend some quality time with them. That time will never come. I watched as Chloe hurried out the door, pulling her suitcase, and then dialed my lawyer on my cell phone. Help me prepare. We're going through the divorce proceedings. I returned to the parents alone. Seeing me, my parents were delighted at first, but their faces quickly fell. Dissatisfied, Mom asked, Why have you come back alone? Where's Chloe? I wasn't eager to tell them about my intended divorce from Chloe, so I replied with a smile, She has some things to deal with. It's the same whether I come back alone or not. Murmuring, Mom responded, How can it be the same, comparing a son to a daughter-in-law? I could not help but grimace. Ever since Chloe and I got married, my parents have treated her better than their own son. Whenever Chloe and I have a disagreement, they always blame me without asking for my side of the story. Yet Chloe has never shown any affection towards them. Again, Mom mentioned, You and Chloe have been married for 5 years now. It's time to have a child. The children of those who married later than you are even running around town. After saying this, Mom gave me a suspicious look. You don't have any health problems, do you? If you do, you must go to the hospital as soon as possible. You must not drag this out. My goodness, Mom, where is your mind going? I couldn't help but laugh and cry at the same time. Mom, I'm perfectly fine. Your son is in great shape. Just then, my mother fell silent. I could tell that she was keen on having a grandchild, but I knew I was going to disappoint her. Although she was discontented that I returned by myself, Mom still prepared a table full of delicious dishes for lunch. After eating, I took a leisure stroll around my small hometown by myself. In recent years, life has improved significantly. Every family has built a small Western-style house and bought cars. I casually walked around, greeting people as I passed by, breathing in the familiar air of my hometown from my childhood. I felt a slight relief in my otherwise restricted emotions. In the evening, on my way back home, I happened to run into my junior high school classmate, Olivia. "Stutter, is that you?" she exclaimed. "Slob, is that you?" I retorted. She nicknamed me Stutter, and I nicknamed her Slob. During our junior high, we were quite notorious in school. One was a stutter and the other a slob. I was the one who would stutter when talking a few sentences with a stranger, while she always donned loose, ragged clothing and her face was always dirty. But boys grow and change. The once stuttering boy had transformed into a handsome, upright gentleman. I laughed and said, "Who would have thought that the once scruffy girl would become the beautiful Olivia? Seems like I can no longer call you Scruffy Olivia." Olivia Snow glanced at me. "Only you would remember my nickname as Scruffy Olivia." As she said this, she roamed her eyes all over me, surprising expression on her face. "You've changed a lot. You used to blush when you spoke, and now you're even cracking jokes." I remained silent. Thoughts of Chloe surfaced in my mind. Only because of her had I changed so much. Olivia Snow asked, "Did it remind you of something that made you upset?" I shook my head. "It's all in the past." Olivia patted my shoulder, speaking cheerfully, "Don't be upset. It's rare for old classmates to meet. Come on. I'll buy you a drink. There's a restaurant in town, run by one of my family members." Upon seeing Olivia and I, they even offered us a couple of dishes. "Are you married?" Olivia looked at me incredulously. "What, you're not? Which man would be interested in me? I'm still single." I hadn't expected that Olivia, who is the same age as me and nearly 30, was still not married. She said she was planning to open a gym in the city. I was planning to hire someone, but now that I've met you, it's all good. "Old classmate, could you do me a favor and design a management system for my gym?" I raised my glass of wine, laughed and said, "After drinking and it's your treat. How could I refuse?" Olivia laughed heartily, introducing me to her design concept for the gym and talking enthusiastically about her future plans. "Over the years I've been hustling out there, I've come to understand something," she said. "Sometimes you can depend on a man, sometimes you can't. If a woman wants to live well, she needs to have her own career." I looked at her flushed face, realizing she was drunk. "Let's go. I'll take you home." "What's the rush? I haven't had enough." Olivia belched after having too much to drink. "Grayson, not to offend you, but how can a big man like you not drink as much as me?" I smiled wryly, shaking my head as I helped Olivia up to walk out of the restaurant. After marrying Chloe, since she disliked the smell of alcohol, I had abstained from drinking. This was my exception after 5 years. I took Olivia back home. She held on to me. "Are you going back to the city tomorrow? Can you take me with you?" "Sure." I agreed, as I received a WhatsApp message from Chloe. "Honey, it must be dark there now. Don't stay up too late. I will be home soon. Love you." This wasn't the first WhatsApp message she sent to me. She sent me one when she got on the plane, and another one when she got off, and yet another one when she was resting in the hotel, specifically mentioning that she was staying alone. It was as if she was reporting her itinerary to me. I didn't reply to a single one, because I was clear that if a couple has to report everything to each other, trust has already been lost. This marriage has reached its end. Early the next morning, I was woken up by a call from Chloe. "Honey, how did you sleep last night? Did you dream of me?" "I dreamed of you." I didn't speak. Chloe continued, "Honey, please hang in there a bit longer. I'll be back before long." She wanted to say more, but from the other end of the phone, I could hear Cole's voice. "Chloe, are you ready? We have to head to the exhibition center now." "Coming," she replied quickly. "Honey, I can't talk right now. I'll call you when I get back. I looked at the hung-up phone call, surprisingly calm. After breakfast prepared by my mom, I picked up Olivia and together we rushed back to the city. On the way, she asked me hesitantly, "Did I have too much to drink last night? Did I say a lot of nonsense?" I put on a serious face. "Yes, you said that men are unreliable, and you want to be a career-oriented strong woman." Olivia's face instantly turned red. She hurriedly explained to me that I wasn't targeting you, I was talking about other men. Don't get me wrong. Seeing her embarrassed look, I couldn't help but laugh. "All right, you did it on purpose." She hit me out of embarrassment and turned her head away to sulk. I laughed. "Don't be angry. I was just joking with you." "Humph. If I invite you to dinner, will this ease your anger?" Olivia finally turned her head. Her tone was sundered. "That's more like it." I sent Olivia to her rented house in the downtown area and accompanied her to take a look at the gym that was being decorated. "Grayson, how long would it take you to develop a management system?" "Probably 1 month, since I still have to work and can only develop the system after work. 1 month's time should be sufficient." "All right, then a month it is. Once it's done, I'll treat you to a big feast." I laughed. "Then I won't be polite." I began to shuttle between home, company, and Olivia's gym. Due to the need to discuss various details of the management system, I frequently met Olivia and got to know more about her. Although she was no longer sloppy, she was as carefree as she was in junior high school. She often wore skirts and sat in front of me with her legs apart, not concerned about potential wardrobe malfunctions. I was stuck in an awkward situation to look or not to look. So awkward. Chloe still sends me WhatsApp messages every day, informing me of what she did and whom she met. I read every single one, but I reply to none. I've gotten used to coming home after work, facing a desolate house all by myself. Gotten used to the days without her by my side. On the day the management system was completed, Olivia said she'd honor her promise and treat me to a feast, but I didn't expect her to bring the ingredients to my house. What's so delicious about takeouts? Today, you'll get to experience my cooking skills. Sounds good. Let's see the culinary prowess of the beautiful Olivia. Having spent a long time with Olivia, I've grown more casual around her. It's a comfortable feeling. One that I never had when I was with Chloe, because when I was with Chloe, I had to constantly be aware of her mood, not able to speak my mind freely. Olivia is busy in the kitchen. I am in the living room watching TV and waiting to taste her cooking. What took me by surprise was that Chloe would come back tonight. "Sweetheart, who is she?" Chloe looked at me incredulously. "Grayson, is this how you treat Chloe?" Cole immediately cast blame on me. "Chloe has been thinking about you all the time abroad. She just left, and you have a new love interest." Chloe really trusted the wrong person. Cole reached out to take Chloe's hand. "Chloe, let's go." Chloe didn't move. She just looked at me, her face full of disbelief and hurt. "Honey, I want to hear your explanation." I stopped Olivia, who was about to explain, and said calmly, "There's nothing to explain. Just as you see, I have a new love. Chloe, we are over now." The tears instantly fell from Chloe's eyes. She covered her mouth and ran out the door. "Grayson, good job." Cole harshly glared at me and then turned to chase after Chloe. "Chloe, wait for me." I slowly breathed out. This way, everything could finally end. "Don't you think you owe me an explanation?" Olivia angrily stared at me. I gave a bitter smile. "As you can see, Chloe is my wife, but we have already ended things." "Because of the man just now?" I shook my head. "Not entirely. He is just the spark that ignited the fire. Even without him, my marriage with Chloe wouldn't have lasted. Two hearts that can't come together would eventually move apart." Olivia furrowed her brows. "But from what I can see, Chloe still cares for you." "Perhaps. I don't want to say more. One never knows what they have until it's gone. And by the time regret comes, it's already too late. Far too late." Chloe called me. "Honey, I won't give up. Even if you don't love me anymore, even if there is someone else you like, I would fight for you. But that very night, I received a video of her and Cole, sleeping together, completely naked. A thunderstorm began outside. Chloe burst in, soaking from the rain, panting heavily. "Honey!" She dove straight into my arms, sobbing uncontrollably. "Forgive me." I knew what she was referring to. I gently pushed her away, turned around, went inside the house to get her a dry towel. "Wipe yourself dry." Chloe frantically shook her head, her voice heavy with sobs. "Husband, believe me, what happened tonight wasn't intentional. It was an accident. I drank too much out of sadness and somehow ended up with Cole. Husband, I didn't deliberately betray you." Chloe gripped my hand tightly, her eyes filled with plea. I believe what she said was the truth. Tonight was indeed an accident. But what about the events in the past? On our 5th wedding anniversary, she went to be a nude model for Cole. From that day on, our marriage ended. "Go back," I gently said as I pulled away from Chloe's grip. "I'll resend the divorce papers to you. I wish you happiness with Cole in the future." "No, I don't want a divorce," Chloe shouted out in temper. I just looked at her calmly. "Why must we do this? Part on good terms, why insist on making it awkward for the both of us?" I hardened my heart. "I have already applied for the legal procedures and filed a divorce request with the court." Chloe was stunned.